More heated debates are expected in Congress as the militant women's party list group Gabriela continues to push for the passage of the divorce bill. Stephanie Onquico tells us more in the second part of her report, In Depth.
Divorce. Just the sound of it makes most Filipinos cringe. This is why it is no surprise that when Gabriela party list filed the bill in the House of Representatives in 2005, it didn't see the light of day. The bill was refiled in August 2010, and in June 1, 2011, the divorce bill was tackled in committee deliberations. Gabriela considers this a major breakthrough.
Ang committee hearing is a venue para talaga rin maiingay sa publiko itong issue na ito, na tingin namin ay very legitimate.
Gabriela party list Representative Emmy De Jesus says they are pushing for the bill because they want couples in failed marriages to have another remedy in order to protect their human rights. Aside from this, she says existing laws such as annulment, legal separation, and nullification of marriage are not enough to protect these rights. De Jesus adds a divorce is being introduced in the Philippines because they are confident it will be used responsibly by Filipinos. Under the bill, a couple may file for divorce if the petitioner has been separated from his or her spouse for 5 years, or if the petitioner has been legally separated from his or her spouse for 2 years and reconciliation is deemed impossible. Aside from this, the petitioner may also file for divorce if the grounds for legal separation, such as physical violence, drug addiction, and infidelity, caused the failure of the marriage. In addition, divorce may be filed if one or both of the spouses are psychologically incapacitated or if they suffer from irreconcilable differences. For Joy Murillo, who has been separated from his wife for more than 10 years now, divorce is the only way to go for him to remarry his current girlfriend.
Pabor ako sa divorce bill. Pero depende. Kung ang gagastusin is parehas lang naman sa annulment, eh, hindi na ako palagay ko hindi rin parehas din. Pero kung
while many couples in failed marriages are in favor of passing the divorce bill into law, the Center of Family Ministry in Ateneo de Manila University believes divorce will only result in more broken marriages. CFAM President Father James Gascon says if there would be a divorce law, couples would not anymore try to fix their marriages because there is an option to end it.
Dahil may divorce law, ang hina ng natin, ng resilience natin eh. Yung parang jump tayo dun kaagad sa quick fix eh.
Gascon says divorce is always not an option. There is a way to preserve the marriage. He adds couples are not the only ones affected by failed marriages. Gascon says a study shows that children from broken families usually have a hard time coping with their parents' breakup, which results in a change in behavior.
Inaamin ko na meron din magandang epekto na may divorce. Pero mas nakakahigit ba yung epektong maganda kaysa sa epektong masama? Yun yung pinaka-importanting tanong eh.
Divorce is an issue that is capable of polarizing the country. Debates, therefore, are expected to be heated. Whatever the outcome of the debates will be and the fate of the proposed bill, Filipinos are hoping it will be the best for the country and the family as a basic unit of society. Stephanie Onquico, Solar News.
People are now openly talking about divorce as an option out of a failed marriage. The question is, why allow a relationship to come to a tragic end? Tonight we go light. Join us here in the studio is Aiza Tabayoyong. Aiza and her husband are chair couple of the Marriage Preparation Foundation that holds the Discovery Weekend for couples seriously considering marriage. And Aiza is also a relationship consultant for the Love Institute. Hi Aiza, thanks for being here.
Hello, good evening. Happy to be here.
Aiza, what we're trying to do here is give people information that they can use. So let's go beyond divorce and talk about marriage preparation, because that is what you and Randall, your husband, chair. No? So marriage preparation as
an alternative.
An alternative
to divorce, right? Because we believe that just like any vocation, any profession, or any state of life, we have courses and we've had preparations for that. Unfortunately, this lifetime role of being a husband or a wife we don't have enough preparation. So what we are trying to provide in Discovery Weekend or Marriage Preparation Foundation is that venue to learn more on the seriousness and to prepare in becoming a spouse, in becoming a lifetime committed spouse in a married state.
Part of this marriage preparation, Isa, is also, I understand, trying to discern
Yes.
if you are meant for each other,
Yes.
right?
So it's not only preparing them, it's making them rethink and really discern, making them realize how compatible they are in getting married. You know, as we are growing up, we have different stories and we bring that to the marriage. In Discovery Weekend, we try to make the couples realize what values, what habits, and what attitudes they will bring into the marriage. Because as couples, when you're boyfriend girlfriend, kasi you like, our love can conquer all, and we can surpass any problem. But they don't know the reality of it. When you are already in the marriage state, there are a lot of issues, and sometimes that love that was supposed to conquer all, everything before you got married, is not enough. So we really advocate that couples should have as much preparation as they can. You know, in Discovery Weekend, it's just 2 days or 2.5 days. But if you can do more, spiritual preparation, we advocate annual emotional or spiritual spa for each couple because of all the stresses that we have every day. We tend to bring it out on each other. So as much preparation as possible.
Etong Discovery Weekend, that weekend where all these couples, and hindi lang ito young couples, ano, Isa? I understand the ages of the couples that attend this, medyo pataas ng pataas, ano? Patanda yung mga
it's
couples.
been, we've had it for more than almost 3 decades already, to be exact. So in the beginning, we've had younger couples, 20 to 25. Now, there are still young couples, but there are a lot of early 30s already, even those who are on the late 40s, even to second-timers, those who have their initial marriage annulled already and they're retaking with a different partner.
Okay. What else happens in the Discovery Weekend, and in not just the weekend itself, no, but in all these marriage preparation that you talk about, that helps people avoid a messy either divorce or hindi pa naman annulment in the future? Kasi people might be thinking right now, medyo it's a big jump from marriage preparation to divorce. How can you connect the two?
Because we believe that preparing couples is so much better than having a remedy when it does fail. So don't look at the failing aspect already, but go into it with the attitude to succeed. So what we do is we equip the couples with dialogue skills, we give them measuring mechanisms like the marriage expectation inventory, wherein they measure their different sets of values about money, about sex, about in-laws, about communication, about children, anything, to see that they're getting into it on the same page. And then some other marriage preparation, they talk about genogram or the family of origin, some patterns and habits that happen in your family of origin that you might be bringing in, and the other person is not ready, aware, or prepared. So that opens their eyes and see if they're really meant for each other. We always say that in Discovery Weekend, there's 3 successes. One is they decide to push through with their marriage because they confirm their compatibility. Second, they realize there are a lot of differences that they need to iron out first, and so they postpone the wedding. Or 3 is they decide they're really not meant for each other, they're too different, and they decide to break up. So,
and the third reason is usually what people hear about, no? And then parang they get parang nato-traumatize, parang naku, yung Discovery Weekend yan, magsisplit kami ng boyfriend or ng girlfriend ko, parang
medyo merong ang ganun daw reputation. But just to set it straight, that's not the whole objective of Discovery Weekend. If it does happen, then maybe it's meant to be. Again, better before the wedding.
Better before the wedding than after.
Go through the process of annulment or divorce. But to date, I think we're about 5-10% breakup statistics.
Okay, I wish we could go on and on, but we don't have much time. So my last question, Isa, is yung Discovery Weekend, merong parang slogan or motto, no? Prepare for your marriage and not
Yes.
just your wedding.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Because, well, I'm also active in the wedding industry, and I know how much time and money is spent on the wedding preparation. And I urge every couple out there, please prepare for your marriage, not just for your wedding. And if you are interested to attend the Discovery Weekend, it happens every first weekend of the month, Friday to Sunday, and
Or
you may
sometimes second weekend.
or except August, because we tend to look at the traffic in
Because of the what? Upcat.
Upcat.
Okay.
Okay, and our telephone number, if you want to contact our secretariat, it's at 426-1271. Our office is in Cefam inside Ateneo, but the seminar itself is held in OMI.
Okay, prepare for your marriage, not just your wedding.
Not just
and
for your
who knows,
wedding.
Maybe you won't have to deal with annulment or divorce
Right,
later on.
it's a more
Okay, yeah.
wiser investment.
All right, thank you very much, Aiza Tabayoyong of the Marriage Preparation Foundation. Thank you, Aiza. The Philippines' move to lend $1 billion to the International Monetary Fund gets a positive response from businessmen and economists. Kimberly Go has this story.
Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Miguel Varela says the lending of $1 billion to the International Monetary Fund is a good move for the country. He says this lending of money is a gesture that the country supports the efforts of the government in helping other countries through IMF. Varela says the move is feasible as we have the means to do so.
We have our foreign reserves where to tap these funds. As I said, it is at an all-time high. It is, we have a balance of $76 billion. What is $1 billion?
Varela says lending money to IMF puts the country in good standing with the international lender. Malacanang agrees to this, adding that the assistance is the country's way of helping nations in need of IMF assistance, particularly those affected by the crisis in Europe.
It is our responsibility, it is part of our obligation, something like paying forward to IMF, who has assisted us during our times of crisis in the Philippines.
University of the Philippines economist Dr. Raul Fabella says the country has been lending out money since 2002. Fabella says the country has been doing this through its purchase of U.S. treasuries. Fabella says lending to the IMF is not a bad thing, as the IMF gives a higher interest than U.S. treasuries. He, however, says the money can also be used for infrastructure investments, which can have a higher return to the country. Fabella suggests creating a mechanism wherein the international reserves can be used for domestic investment.
Our own personal advocacy is that the central bank creates infrastructure bonds. Sorry, the government creates infrastructure bonds, which the central bank can buy from its international reserves.
Okay.
And these infrastructure bonds are dedicated to constructing arterial infrastructure.
Varela, on the other hand, says the country needs not tap into international reserves for domestic investment. He says international reserves are used to secure imports and long-term obligations that can help bring the stability to the economy. Kimberly Go, Solar News.